Hello and welcome to Daniela Explores, and hello and welcome to Kassandra. Kassandra is the third leg of the Halkidiki peninsula. The Halkidiki peninsula is in northern Greece. The peninsula has three legs that extend into the Aegean Sea. The first leg is Athos, then Sithonia in the middle, and the last one is Kassandra. This is the first video of our tour of Kassandra, so I will start by showing you around the peninsula. In the following videos, I will focus on the specific locations I show you in this video. Kassandra changed name 3 times. In ancient times it was called Phlegra. In the Hellenistic period it was called Pallene. And finally Kassandra. And each name gives hints about the prehistory and history of the peninsula. So let's begin at the beginning, with the first name of the peninsula, Phlegra. The burning plains of Phlegra. The word Phlegra has its roots in the ancient Greek word for burning. And the story of Phlegra begins with the desire for vengeance. This is Greek mythology after all. In brief, Mother Earth, Gaia, is angry at Zeus for imprisoning her children in the Tartarus, a dark prison deep inside the earth. Gaia creates the giants and tells them to start a war against Zeus and the other Olympian gods. During the war, Zeus uses thunder and lightning to shake the earth and burn the forests of the homeland of the giants. So the land of the giants becomes known as Phlegra. Zeus and the other Olympian gods cannot defeat the giants though, so Zeus asks Hercules, his half-human son, to fight the giants. With Hercules' help, the Olympians defeat the giants. This story is called the Gigantomachy. If mythology is a way for people to explain their environment and remember past events, then the Gigantomachy offers some interesting hints about the past of the peninsula. There are dry valleys and low hills in the north. In the south, there are steep hills. In such an environment, there is always a risk of wildfires. Lightning can start wildfires, and in mythology, Zeus throws his lightning bolts at his enemies and their land. Going back to the Gigantomachy, you can imagine how, during the fights, a giant or a god falls and creates a valley where he hits the ground, and the displaced soil creates hills. The stories in the Gigantomachy tell that gods and giants threw huge rocks at each other, and possibly the boulders and crumbling rocks laying around are reminders of these battles. In the Gigantomachy, we can glimpse attempts to explain ongoing geological processes. The rock terraces are mostly limestone. There are fractures in the limestone. Water goes through these cracks and is generally trapped in the horizontal sandy soil layers in between the limestones. This is where you often see small trees and bushes growing out of a near vertical cliff. These layers are weak points in the cliff structure, and over time, as water, salty sea air and wind eat away at the cliffs, the limestone close to these weak points is the first to crumble, and the weakened rock will fall down. Switching to the Gigantomachy point of view, the giants grabbed huge chunks of the hills and threw them at the gods. The peninsula is prone to tremors and earthquakes. Faults run to each side of the peninsula. Tectonic stress accumulates at these faults, and the release of energy causes tremors and earthquakes. In the Gigantomachy, the explanation for the frequent tremors is that the goddess Athena buried the giant under a huge pile of rocks, and the giant, twisting and turning as he tries to free himself, causes earthquakes. The stories in the Gigantomachy can be used also as clues about the history of the peninsula. In the Neolithic period around 4000 BC, Thracians and the Pelasgians inhabited the peninsula. Looking at the war of the Gigantomachy, I would suggest that war erupted between neighboring tribes for supremacy over the peninsula. The war lasted for many years, but eventually a tribe formed an alliance with someone outside the region, like Zeus formed an alliance with Hercules, fundamentally an outsider, and they won the war. But how did Phlegra become Pallene? There are a few versions. One version suggests that the peninsula was renamed in honor of Pallene, the beautiful daughter of the Thracian king Sitonas. Another one says that it was named after Pallene. Pallene was one of the beautiful daughters of the giant Alcyoneus. Hercules killed Alcyoneus during the war in the Gigantomachy. After their father's death, Pallene and her sisters decide to throw themselves off the Canistro Cape. Amphitrite, Poseidon's wife, takes pity on the beautiful girls and transforms them into kingfishers. There is also another interesting suggestion for the name change. Troy has been defeated and members of the Greek alliance are returning home. And on the way home they land in Pallene. Their ships are loaded with spoils of war, and these include beautiful Trojan women. The women know they will be sold off as slaves as soon as their captors reach their homeland. So the Trojan women set fire to the ships. The Greek captors cannot continue the journey home and have no other choice but to start a new colony and take the beautiful Trojan women as their wives. I couldn't find a clear link between this story and the name Pallene. Please comment below if you know more. All I could find was a reference to the word Pallo, for the origin of the name Pallene. In ancient Greek, Pallo means brandishing or moving a spear up and down, and only occasionally it was used to describe the land moving up and down, as it does during earthquakes. Luckily we are on firmer ground with the name change from Pallene to Kassandra. In the middle of the 4th century BC, Pallene was annexed by the Macedonian kingdom. In 316 BC, King Kassandra rebuilt the ancient Greek city of Potidea and named it after himself, Kassandria. Kassandria became the military and administrative center of the peninsula, and the whole area became known as Kassandra. And during Kassandra's reign, work began on the canal that connects the Toronean Gulf to the Thermaic Gulf. So, the peninsula that began as Phlegra, the field of fire, then became Pallene, the land of beautiful girls, probably, finally ended up as Kassandra, named after the king who turned it into an island. Until next time, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, that would be great. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.